How to look sexy and attractive and desirable. Are we sexy and desirable and attractive? That word sexy, it's like cringy almost. I don't like the word sexy. It just seems, I don't know. There's no other word for it though. So sometimes you want to look sexy and attractive and, you know, like the vixen that you are somewhere deep down underneath. And I want to give you specific items, specific clothing items that you can look for, or maybe you already have, it would work for you, that also can look really sexy, but in a subtle and more classy way. So the biggest thing, and I even asked my husband, I was like, what do you find sexy? Or what do men find sexy? And the thing that he said was, you're probably already gonna know what this is, but it's confidence. And if you look up, if you were to look how to be sexy, or what do men consider sexy, or what is, you know, what is considered sexy and attractive, and it's always confidence. It's like, okay, I'll just turn on the confidence then. It's not quite that easy, is it? The first thing you really gotta do, whether you like it or not, because if you're like me, it's hard to flip a switch from working all day and taking care of kids and something stressy happens and you have to put on a fire at work or whatever, and then to flip a switch and let's go on a date night and I feel sexy. Like it's really tough for me to do that. What I have to do, and I recommend you try this as well, is go through some basic grooming practices. Try to put them into your day-to-day or your weekly practice. Do a mask on your face, get your nails done if that makes you feel beautiful. So for me, I do feel sexier when my legs are shaved. Not saying that everybody needs to do that, but I do. And this brings me to our sponsor for this video, which is Kinsey. I've been really enjoying my one leg that is now almost hair-free. Thanks to Kinsey. I'm gonna show you some before and after photos of my guinea pig leg and my, you know, constant control leg. So my mustache took about 1 to 2 sessions before I really it just got rid of all the little black hairs that I had. Which is amazing that I don't have to worry about that anymore for the first time in my life. My legs took about 5 weeks before I noticed slower hair growth. And then my bikini area was the slowest to respond. And it took about 7 or 8 weeks until I started seeing slower hair growth. I live in Florida and I spend many months in dresses and shorts and skirts. And so not having to shave my legs every single day is like huge for me. Now, as I said before, I know that not everybody is interested in being hair-free or getting rid of their hair like on their body. And some people enjoy shaving and some people like to get waxed and it's not a big deal. Totally get that. But if you are someone who has really dark hair like I do, and you don't like shaving every day or every other day, and you don't like getting waxed every 6 weeks, and you don't like this guy that creeps up here sometimes, you might want to stay around and hear what I gotta say about my Kinsey. So the Kinsey is an at-home hair removal device that uses intense pulsed light to painlessly get rid of your unwanted hair. Use it once a week for about 12 weeks to see the full results, but you can start seeing results in about 2 to 3 weeks in some areas. So here is the Kinsey, and it's just this teeny little device, but it has a very long 9-foot cord. So you press this little green button to turn it on, and then you can use that same green button to move it up to levels. And there's a little pamphlet inside of the Kinsey that you'll get, and it'll tell you which level works with your own skin tone. You move it over each area of your leg or whatever body part you're using it on, and you want to go over each area 3 times. And of course you do this once a week. So Kinsey reacts with the melanin in your hair follicle, so it works really well with dark hair, but it doesn't work that great with gray hair or light hair or red hair. But if you have really dark hair, like I do, you're a prime candidate for the Kinsey. You can use the Kinsey on your upper lip and anything below. Kinsey also has a 90-day results guarantee, which is a great deal. And also I have a 20% discount code for you. So I will put all of that in the description box below, but it's a great time to try it. And the other thing just to keep in mind with the Kinsey is it does take about 3 months to see the full results. And so if you have a vacation coming up in the spring or, you know, Memorial Day weekend or something, I would just think about that and then think about that it's gonna take about 3 months to get there. I'll link everything you need to know about Kinsey in this description box below, and let's continue. So basic grooming principles are super important if you want to look and feel, you want to feel sexy and confident, and that is the biggest thing, as we said, confidence 100%. Anyway, I want to give you some items, specific clothing items that can look very sexy, but in a more subtle and classy way. So you can keep on the lookout for these when you go shopping, but I will link Everything that I'm wearing or featured in the video, I will link in the description box below. So you've probably heard that you should find one feature or two features that you love about yourself, no matter what, and start there to feature those in your outfit as like the sexy thing. And it doesn't have to be your boobs, although it can be, but it could also be parts that are very sexy, but nobody really talks about, is like this area, like your chest and your collarbone. If you can expose that in some way, like off-shoulder tops are great for this. Maybe even put a little like shimmer on your collarbone or bronzing powder. That's a very like sexy, but in a subtle way and classy way area. Shoulders are another area that can be very sexy. Again, off-shoulder tops. I have actually been really loving one shoulder tops, and they have been on trend for a long time, but I was like, I have to wear a strapless bra. Not gonna do that, so I'm not gonna wear one shoulder top that often. But I don't know why I never thought about this, but I found a really good supportive sports-ish type bra. I say sports-ish because I would definitely not go working out in this, and it doesn't feel like a sports bra, but it's a one shoulder one. And I wear it underneath the one shoulder tops, and then it's like I'm wearing a bra, but I got a one shoulder top on. It's the most genius thing I've ever thought of in my life. And I will link that one below that I'm talking about, and you're probably like, I've been doing this for years. Well, I just figured it out. So anyway, if you want to wear a bra, but you want the one shoulder thing, one shoulder, this kind of contraption is a great way to go. Anyway, one shoulder tops, another great thing to wear to expose a little body part, but you're not being too risque. And it's also a very like, you know, you can feel sexy without feeling like you're showing everything. You could also do something like a square neckline or even some lace in these areas. Something that kind of brings a femininity to that area can make it look more sexy and attractive. Another way to show off your shoulders, if you don't want to show off your chest, is to do like a high neck tank top, one that comes up here, but then it cuts you off over here, covers up this whole area, but then your shoulders are highlighted and they are the star of the show. I think those tops can be beautiful for women who like to show off their shoulders. Do you own anything with a zipper down the bust? That can be really sexy. It's kind of obvious why it's sexy, because it's like, you have a zipper. What happens if you zip it, unzip it more? Yeah, a zipper can be really sexy. It can be a very flattering look too. Like it just creates this like little line right here at your chest, and you can obviously unzip something as far or as high up as you want to. I found these zipper bodysuits from Abercrombie, and I think they're still available. They were on sale whenever I bought them, but I just thought they're really cool. Like it's kind of more of a casual, sexy outfit, or maybe just kind of like a casual date night look, like for this top. But I do feel like the zipper is very sexy and can be more of a sexy look, but in a more casual way. Maybe it's just a Tuesday and you want to feel a little sexy. This might be a great top to do that with. I've mentioned in several videos now that I think sheer is going to be one of the biggest trends for 2023. And whether it's trending or not, sheer can be a great way to look a little more sexy, but not go over the top. It's a great way to like show some skin without really showing some skin. So having sheer sleeves, I love tops with sheer sleeves. I think they're beautiful. Even sheer paneling, like sheer through the chest or sheer through the arms, or maybe there's like sheer cutouts through it, but you're still covering up like the, you know, necessary parts. I love this black sheer sleeve top that I have. I think it's just so cute, and it's just so easy to wear because it's so comfortable, but I love it with like black straight leg denim. I also love it with my black skinny jeans, and if I'm gonna wear it with my black skinny jeans, I'll balance it out with a chunky boot, but I think my favorite is with the black straight leg jeans. It's a very, of course, black outfit, but I really like it a lot right now. It's a very like easy outfit for me. But sheer panel tops, sheer sleeve tops, there are so many out right now. I'm gonna link the one I was wearing and also some more in the description box below. This top right here is from Lulu's, and I absolutely love it. It's a really affordable top, but I didn't like the way you could see my nude bra underneath. So I'm actually wearing boob tape here, which I'm a new fan of. I'm also using it with this one shoulder top, which you could easily use the one shoulder bralette as well. But I just wanted to show you, or just tell you how I'm getting away with not wearing a bra here. But this is a great way to, you know, if you don't like show your arms, but you still want to look a little sexy and you want to have that not so covered up look, this is a great way to do it. Now, I'm about to blow your mind, or maybe not, but think about things in this way, because you know we're talking about like one shoulder tops and strapless tops and that kind of thing. And I feel like when you're trying to go this sexy route, a lot of people think, let me do a one shoulder top, a mini skirt, high heels, you know, super sexy. And of course that can be very, very sexy. But for this video, we're trying to be sexy, but more in a classy, subtle way that is like unexpected and like a little je ne sais quoi. And not so overtly sexy. And so I want you to think about it like this. If you favor your top half, like your shoulders or your chest or your neck or your collarbone, and that's the area you want to highlight, think about making that be the feminine part of your body. Like either it's completely exposed by like a one shoulder or off shoulder top, or it's highlighted with lace or a mesh or some kind of sheer fabric that, you know, accentuates that area or highlights that area. And then for your bottom half, I want you to think about making it a little more masculine. So you're gonna have like this feminine part of your body and the more masculine part, and the two together can make a very stylish, classy, subtly sexy outfit. I love trouser pants, which is a very masculine pant with like a silk cami top or something very like exposed up here, but you're very covered down here. I love the juxtaposition of the two. I feel like personally, and it's just my personal feelings, but I feel like if I'm doing like all exposed over here and all exposed down here and like super high heels, it's like I am trying really hard to be sexy. And I don't want to look like I'm trying really hard to be sexy. Like I want it to look more effortless. Now, if you're like me and your top half, you're usually not wanting to show off too much, but your bottom half is where you want the focal point to be, then just do the opposite. So one of my favorite outfits, or one of my favorite things to do, is to do like a mini skirt or like a fitted pencil skirt or a tighter skirt that shows off your curves, and then do something that's a lot more loose fit or more masculine up top. So this could just be like a loose fit sweater, something that's a little bit oversized, or it could even be a white button down, which is a very like manly masculine shirt, but paired with something super feminine on the bottom, it just gives a really interesting look in my opinion. Like if you're going out for the evening and you want to look sexy and you want to do the bottom half, this is where I feel like if you want to do a mini skirt and heels, go for it. And then just make sure the top is balanced out with something more conservative or something a little more masculine to kind of balance out the sexiness going on the bottom half. I went to Key West with my husband and some friends back a year ago actually, and one of my favorite outfits that I wore on that trip was this orange mini skirt and my oversized white button down. I also wanted to point out that leather is a really great texture to add to your outfit for a sexier look. And I also really love this, like a leather mini skirt paired with heels and a more masculine button down or a loose fit or oversized sweater. And it doesn't have to be a mini skirt. It could be a top or, you know, pants or even a jacket. Another style of clothing that I feel like is underrated in the looking sexy department, although some women have it down, they got it, but it's the long, flowy body skimming dresses. Like the ones that go to the floor that are not tight and not fitted, but just kind of skim your body all the way down to the floor. They're very elongating. I love this look going into spring and summer, and I love when I see women wearing these beautiful floor-length maxi dresses in the summer with like a beach hat and sunglasses. They look so relaxed and confident, and I just think that's a great classic look that should not be forgotten. Again, just a reminder in case you need it, but it's all about confidence. You want to wear things that you feel confident in. So maybe you don't feel very confident exposing your shoulders or your neck or whatever, but you do feel pretty confident in this, you know, beautiful body skimming maxi dress that you bought, and, you know, go with that because that's going to look great on you and very sexy. Another way to look sexy without showing any skin is to cinch your waist. You can do this with a dress that has a cinched waist or use a belt to make a waist. And I also love this kind of look, like the cinched waist with the very flowy, feminine, very flowy, shorter dresses. They have a very graceful movement to them, and walking around in them can just seem so feminine and beautiful and very sexy. Another item that we can wear now and, you know, a little bit into spring are tall boots. And anything you can wear that's elongating, that's like tall boots, the long maxi dress, like things that are pointy toes, whatever, things that elongate your body can often help you feel more sexy and beautiful. Tall boots are definitely in the looking sexy department. I mean that you have to go around and only wear tall boots, but just an idea. But it's just something to keep in mind if you have an outfit and you're trying to figure out which boots to wear and you're going on a date with your husband or you want to look sexy that night, I would go for the tall boots. One of the most well-known ways to look sexy is to wear red. This is one of those that has been proven over and over that just red, it somehow just screams to men that you are sexy, no matter what it's on. It could be on your nails, be your bag, it could be your hat. I'm gonna wear a red hat. Red is one of those colors that has just been proven over and over again that men find sexy. And there was some theory going around on TikTok that the reason why men find red sexy is because it reminds them of their mothers. I don't know anything about that. I don't know if that's true. That kind of stuff, I'm like, y'all are really, I mean, that's just, you're really like trying to find some things, Freudian like conclusions here, I guess. But whatever it is, red is a great color. It's a great color whether you want to be sexy or not. I just love red. It's a really great color to look confident. Again, confidence is sexy, and it's just a beautiful, like bold color to wear. If you want everyone to look at you when you walk into the room, I would definitely wear a red dress that fits you really well, that you feel beautiful and confident in, and you will get all the attention. Even just adding a red lip, and you know, nothing else is red, but your red lips, I mean, red lips are very sexy. So I just want to reiterate that, you know, all these pieces can definitely help you look sexy and they definitely can help you feel sexy, but ultimately the most important things I think are building up your own confidence and then spending time on yourself, grooming yourself. When you spend time taking care of something, you value it a lot more and you want it to be taken care of by others a lot more and you appreciate it a lot more and you want all these feelings to be put on yourself. You want to value yourself and appreciate yourself and feel beautiful and feel like you're a prize to be had. And it just tells our brains like, hey, I am a hot commodity, I'm important, so we need to take care of me. And then your brain will be like, oh yeah, we do look good. We look good, so let's make sure we take care of ourselves. So I hope you liked this video and got some good info or some good ideas or found something you've been missing. I will link everything I'm wearing or talking about in the description box below. Thank you to Kinsey for sponsoring this video. I will link all the information you need with my 20% discount code for Kinsey in the description box if you want to give it a try. Don't forget it takes about 3 months to see results, so you might want to get started now if you're thinking about it so you will be hair-free for spring when you're starting to get in that bathing suit. All right, thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it or thumbs down if you didn't. Consider subscribing if you haven't already, and I will see you next time.